Welcome, everyone, to this deep dive. This one's tailored just for you, focusing on Lucknow, India. You probably know it as the City of Nawabs.
That's right. A really evocative title.
It is. So our mission today is, well, pretty straightforward. Dig into the material provided and pull out the most interesting bits about Lucknow.
Hmm.
And right off the bat, things like its deep history, that grand royal architecture, and this unique, polite way of speaking to Zeebs.
Yeah,
They really jump out.
they absolutely do. And it's fascinating how those elements seem to weave together to create Lucknow's, let's say, cultural signature. That City of Nawabs name itself tells you a lot about its past.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely points to that royal influence. So digging deeper, what makes Lucknow special according to our sources?
Hmm.
We've got Tehzeeb defined as culture or refined behavior.
Right.
Then the Nawabs themselves, the rulers, and importantly, the people's renowned hospitality.
And you can sort of see the connection, can't you? It seems likely that Tehzeeb, that refined culture, would have, blossomed under the Nawabs. They'd encourage certain manners, certain ways of doing things.
Oh, okay. Within their courts and maybe wider society.
Exactly. And it's not a huge leap to see how that emphasis on refinement and respect could lead to, well, exceptional hospitality toward guests. It flows naturally.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, let's look at the landmarks mentioned. The Bara Iman Bara, described as this grand historical building,
Yeah.
and it has a maze inside, the Bul Bulaya.
Yes. Which immediately makes you curious, doesn't it? Grand buildings like that often had multiple functions, not just impressive looks, but maybe practical or even, strategic elements.
So the maze, maybe not just for fun.
Could be. Maybe crowd control, maybe defense, maybe just adding to the mystique and grandeur of the place. Hard to say without digging deeper, but it's intriguing.
It really is. Then there's the Rumi Darwaza. It's called a beautiful gate, but also the symbol of Lucknow.
Mm-hmm. And what a city chooses as its symbol is always telling, isn't it?
Yeah, what does that signify?
Well, historically, a grand gate often represented the city's identity, its power, maybe its openness or its defenses. It's like the official welcome mat, but also a statement.
A statement. I like that. We also get a mention of Hazarganj market shopping, street food.
Hmm.
Sounds like the place to feel the city's energy.
Always a good bet. Markets tell you so much about daily life.
And then, sort of contrasting the historical sites, there's the Ambedkar Memorial Park, modern, with stunning architecture.
Right, and that juxtaposition is interesting too. It shows a city that's, not just stuck in the past. It respects its heritage,
Yeah.
but also builds new landmarks, creates new statements.
It suggests a living history. Okay, let's switch gears. Food. The material puts it quite dramatically. In Lucknow, food is art.
Well, from what's described, you can see why.
Definitely. We've got must-tries like tunde kebabs, soft, spicy meat kebabs. Sounds amazing.
Oh, those are famous. The texture is meant to be incredible.
Lucknowi biryani, flavorful rice with meat and spices. You just know that's going to be complex and aromatic.
Biryani is always a deep dive in itself, culturally speaking. The Lucknowi style has its own unique history and preparation.
And one more mentioned, shirmal,
Mm.
a sweet saffron-flavored bread. That sounds quite unique.
It does. Sweetbreads aren't uncommon in South Asian cuisine, but saffron adds that touch of luxury, tying back perhaps to that Nawabi influence again. These aren't just recipes. They're culinary traditions passed down, full of history.
Food as culture, absolutely.
Yeah.
Finally, let's touch on the language, the respectful way people speak.
Tehzeeb, again, but in verbal form.
Exactly. The sources give examples. Janab for sir, Meherbani for kindness, adab as a greeting.
Simple words, but they carry weight.
Right. The suggestion is that just learning or hearing these gives you a real insight into the local culture.
It definitely does. Language reflects values. Embedding politeness like that into everyday speech says a lot about the importance placed on respect, on courtesy and interactions. It's Tehzeeb made audible.
So wrapping up our quick dive based on this material, we've seen Lucknow through its history, its impressive buildings, old and new, its really tempting food, and this culture of respect woven into the language. It paints a picture of a city with deep roots, but also, a vibrant presence.
A really rich tapestry.
Definitely. So here's the thought to leave you with. How do all these tangible things, the architecture you can see, the food you can taste, the specific words people use, how do they all work together to create that unique feeling, that atmosphere of Lucknow? And maybe, what does that tell us about how a city keeps its culture alive and lets it evolve over time?